morning. It's Tuesday. Yud Ches Oder Aleph Tafshin Ayin Daled. We are in Teres Menachem Sefer Mamar Tafshin Yud Aleph Tafshin Yud Beis. In the Mamar of Shabbos Pashas Vayikra Gimel Nisan Tafshin Yud Beis. Am Zu Yatzarti Li. And we are up to Eis Beis on page Reish Nun. The Rebbe brought the pasuk in Yeshaya from the Haftarah of Pashas Vayikra, where Am Yisrael is called Am Zu, this nation, with the expression Zu. And he also brought the Talmud, which says, also based on this pasuk, that there's a special reference to the Jewish people as Zu, this. The Rebbe asked, what is the special quality in the matter of Zu, or Zeh? It seems to be a generic term. And then he asked another question. The Gemara says that the Medrash says, the Sifri, that all the prophets prophesied with Koi Amar Hashem, so said Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu also prophesied with Zeh, with the word Zeh, this. So it seems that Zeh is a very high level, which is reserved for Moshe Rabbeinu's prophecy, level of prophecy. And yet over here, we say that all the Yidden are called Zeh, or Zu, this. How do these two things fit together? And also the Rebbe asked, why here does it say Zu, this nation, in the feminine expression? We find in a number of other places where Am Yisrael is referred to Am Zeh, Amcha Hagaya Zeh, and so why does it say Zu here in the feminine? Should have said Zeh in the masculine. Ois Beis, chapter 2. Yuvan, this will be understood behaktim tchila, first by prefacing Bir Mamar Azal, the explanation in that which the sages say, Kol hanavim nisnab ubekoi umesh nisnab bezeh. What is the meaning indeed of this saying of the sages that all prophets prophesied with the word koi? So says Hashem. Umesh nisnab bezeh. Whereas Moshe was prophesied with the word Zeh, this is what Hashem said. Dihinei, ha'hefresh ben Zeh lekoihu. What is the difference between the expression Zeh, this, and koi, so? Sha'atayar Zeh mashmoi shezehu hadover kameshahu. When you say this, it's far more definitive. This is it. This is the matter as it is. Which means, shemakidus adover b'diyuk, one recognizes, one knows the matter accurately, b'chol haprotim, with all the details. V'hatayar koi, but when you say the expression, the description koi, thus, mashmoi, the meaning is she'ein makiv edeyas adover b'chol protov, that he does not know, recognize and know the matter in all its details, b'diyuk, accurately, elokoi bilvad, but rather so. In other words,
more general.
Correct. It's like this. Now, if we take this and we go back to the Mamar Azal, to that which we just mentioned from the sages, that Moshe Rabbeinu prophesied with the Zeh, whereas the other prophets with Koi. This is the meaning that all the prophets prophesied with Koi. So, their prophecy was in a mode of an unilluminated magnifying glass. Meaning to say they saw, but they didn't see clearly. There was some distortion or haziness, obscurity. It means to say, in other words, that the revelation to them down here wasn't identical to the way it is above. Masha'enkin Moshe is not b'zeh. This is not the case concerning Moshe, who prophesied with the word zeh, this. What does that mean? Kivan shebi yosei lamata, being that even as he was down here below, hoya k'moshe hu l'mayla b'atzilus, it was identical to the way he was up there in the realm of Atzilus. For just as in the realm of Atzilus, the realm of emanation, Hashem and his vivifications are one. The and he and his causations are one, right? Meaning to say that in the realm of Atzilus, this is an expression which is from Tikkun Zohar, and Alter Rebbe brings it in Geras HaKodesh, Siman Chof, where he explains this at length. Meaning to say that in the realm of Atzilus, everything is united with Hashem, which means that the revelation of godliness in Atzilus is very, very powerful. So just as there that is the case, Moshe Rabbeinu was at this level, even down here below. So this was the phenomenon of Atzilus as it is above. That level of Atzilus was down here below concerning Moshe, which means the Shechina spoke from his throat. Therefore, his nevuah was also with the expression zeh, or rather in the mode of zeh, this, meaning to say clearly, as it is above, that's the way it was below. So that is the difference between zeh and koy. Moving on further, and explaining this even more, to explain this even more, the expression, the description, when you say zeh, this, really, this only relates to matters of holiness. Basically, the idea is when you say this, it means definitive. This is what it is. The only thing you can really say, concerning which you can really say, it is this. In other words, what you see is the sum total of what it is only concerning matters of Kedusha. Why? Because on all and anything else, it's not possible to point to them and to say, this is what it is. In other words, that this is the essence of the matter. Why? Because what you see is not the essence of the matter. What would be the essence of a matter? The essence of something is its purpose, for which it was created. So therefore, concerning everything else, what we actually see is only the external aspect of what we're looking at. Shehitfelo, which is secondary, it is secondary to the intention and its purpose. The intention for which it was created, the purpose for which something was created, that is its true essence. And what we see is merely the external dimensions of it. That is concerning everything else aside from Kedusha, holiness. But only concerning holiness, Shaykh Leimar, it is possible to say Hatayar, the description zeh, this. Why? Because in matters of holiness, what we see, we actually see the essence of the matter. Because it's not a means for something else, but rather the purpose is the matter itself, that which we see. Taking it a step further and deeper, and in truth, it is possible to say the description zeh, this, only only on the very essence of Hashem's infinity. Why? Because that's the ultimate end, as it were. That's the ultimate being who is what it is, and there is nothing more behind it. This is it. The very essence of Hashem. Everything else, there's still a higher level, a higher level, a higher level. When you come to the very essence of Hashem, that's it. The key because when we talk about the very essence of Hashem, his being is from him, from himself, from his essence. In other words, there's nothing beyond him. And Hashem himself is the true existence, the only true existence. Therefore, concerning Hashem Himself, we could really and truly use the description zeh, this. But anything that is not the essence of Hashem, you can't really describe it with the description this. Why? Because it is not a true existence. There is something beyond it. In other words, because what we're observing is not the essence of the matter. Because its entire essence, anything outside of Atzmos, anything outside the essence of Hashem, is only there because Hashem Himself wills it into being, wants it to be there. So therefore, you can't really and truly say the descriptions on anything else other than the very essence of Hashem. Chapter 3. Omnam. So if that's the case, how do we say concerning Yidden Zeh? This, Omnam, says the Rebbe in chapter 3, Gambi Yisrael, Shayach HaToyer Zeh. Also concerning Yidden, there is also, it's also possible to describe it with the description Zeh. This. Why? How? This is mitzad adveikus the Yisrael ba'atzmos Esav Baruch Hu. This is as a result, by virtue of Yisrael's cleaving to the very essence of Hashem. As it says in the pasuk, v'atem adveikim, and you that cleave, or lodovka by another verse, you should cleave to Him. V'alachta b'drachav, you should follow in His ways. So in that sense, and also because of the fact that the Jewish people, the Torah and Hashem are all one. So by virtue of Yidden being connected and cleaving to Hashem, since the very essence of Hashem, His existence is from Himself, meaning to say there's nothing beyond Him that He depends on. That's it. He's the ultimate being. So therefore, when the Yid cleaves to Hashem, therefore, a Yid also possesses within him a dimension, which is a parable or similar to that element of that we find in the very essence of Hashem, that His existence is from Himself, the ultimate being. And the expression zeh is also possible in relation to Yisrael. That's point number 1.
Could you say that's the Elokim?
Yes. But it's, as he says over here, it's by virtue of his connection to Hashem. The Oitzah is even more so, says the Rebbe, top of page Reish Nun Beis, the key, when Sheratzenu Shal HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shein Yonim D'Yisrael Lo Yubei from the Rambam D'Kisufo. Even more so, since it is the will of Hashem that everything that a Jew accomplishes should not be in a manner of bread of shame, which means to say, he shouldn't get it for free, but rather he should earn it through Avodah. That's the whole purpose of Hashem creating these challenges that we face in order that we should serve Him and earn what we get through serving Hashem by rising up to these challenges. But rather Hashem wants the person should serve Him and work, and specifically with free choice, meaning to say He chooses, the man should choose the right path and serve Hashem and earn his keep, so to speak. Therefore, that is why Hashem created this one opposing this one. This is a verse in Koheles and Ecclesiastes, that meaning to say, what does it mean? He created opposing forces. He created this physical world, which appears and seems to itself as being existing on its own. When you look around in the world, its natural state it looks like it exists, and the Creator is sort of concealed. You've got to dig deeply to find and to comprehend that aspect, the fact that there is a Creator. And not only does the world appear to be existing on its own, but it's even full of shells. And the other side of Kedusha, the other side of holiness, or Emrim, who declare, Li Ya'iri, my river is to me, Vani Asisani. And I made myself. This is an expression that is brought in Yecheskel, and it's a reference to Pari, who talks about the Nile and himself. Ani v'afsiyed, I, and beside me, there is nothing. That is the natural, egotistical feeling and approach of a created being. V'hainu, what does that mean? Sheyeshne, in other words, there is Gam b'chinazeh the sitra achra. there is an opposing zeh, just like the Rebbe just explained, that the ultimate zeh is kedusha. So to the opposite of kedusha, we have this phenomenon of zeh, where klipa and sitra achra, the other side of kedusha, declares and feels itself as the ultimate entity, the ultimate existence, which is the opposing force to the zeh of kedusha. In more detail, in truth, even the other side of kedusha really and truly knows that there is nothing else beside Hashem. So how does the sitra achra have this feeling that it's zeh, it feels itself as the ultimate existence? But it was just that Hashem gave permission to the opposite of kedusha, the other side of kedusha, to confuse the person and to coerce the person. For what reason? For what purpose? As he mentioned before, for the purpose that there should be free choice and man should choose and earn. As the sages say in Medrash, that when Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu to write the Torah, Na'asa Adam, let us make man. So Moshe Rabbeinu said to Hashem, you're saying let us make man, you're leaving room, God forbid, for a mistake, that there's more than one creator. So Hashem said, K'soiv, you're right. Let anybody that wants to come and make an err, let them err. Whoever wants to come and err, let them err. What does it mean? There could be a mistake and it could be imagined that the existence could declare and think and appear to be as if it exists on its own. What's the purpose? What's the intention in all of this? That a person should withstand this test, through which his reward will be even greater. As the Zohar brings in the Torah portion of Truma, it brings a parable of a harlot who coerces the prince, and when the prince withstands this test, then his reward is even greater. What does it mean his reward is greater? The Rebbe says when you say his reward is greater, it means to say that it's the ultimate greatness. Not just greater, but as great as it could be. It means the greatest reward that is possible. A reward that beyond which there is no reward. Because as long as there could be reward, a greater reward than the one that one has received, then the reward that one has received up until now is not the ultimate and truest reward. Move on. From this is understood. From this is understood that just like the ultimate being is Hashem Himself, so therefore the ultimate reward is what? One's connection to Hashem Himself. Meaning to say that the person receives not only emanations and revelations, but rather he ties himself to the very essence of Hashem. This is the idea of Hashem being great, specifically, very great, when He is in the city of our God, meaning to say that the very essence of Hashem reveals itself, when Hashem contracts Himself and expresses Himself in the multitude of creation, godless atzmos, the greatness of the very essence of Hashem. This is, when the person withstands the test and he's not bothered by this level of zeh, from the opposite of the kedusha as we just described, through this he merits to be with the very essence of Hashem. It's then and therefore that Am Yisrael could be called this nation by virtue of their connection with the very essence of Hashem.